Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I'm here for Evangelion, episode 17. Last time, we watched 4 episodes. Wasn't planning for it to happen, but it happened. I just kept pressing the next button. Yikes. So we've jumped way further ahead, and in the latest episode, we had the arrival of, I think, the most interesting angel design, at least so far. The Shadow Angel. I don't know what its name was. But yeah, the interdimensional shadow space void thing angel. And Shinji found himself inside it, dying. And then had a bunch of trippy visuals and trippy talking to himself. Not sure. And then reconnected with the soul of his mother to some extent. And then burst out of the angel. Or she burst out of the angel, protecting him. Okay. It was pretty crazy. Let's see what happens in the next one, shall we? Yeah, let's get into it. Before we do that, shill stuff. If you like this, like it. If you're not subbed and you want more, this is what I do, so you can sub. And if you are subbed and YouTube isn't letting you know that my videos exist, the bell is supposed to help. If you really like this content, if you want to vote for what I watch next when any of my shows end, Girls' Last Tour just ended. So I'm going to be polling for like what I'm looking for is like a contemplative slice of life type show for Sundays. I'm going to be polling for that coming real soon. So keep an eye out. And if you want to be part of that poll, patreon.com/Teeaboo is a thing. It exists. And if you want the next episode of EVA, or episodes depending on how many I watch, but the next installment of this series, it will be up on Patreon in the next 12 hours. So from when this airs, I will air this and then start recording, and then it'll be up as soon as it's edited, rendered, and uploaded. So yeah, Patreon, that's a thing. Also, Merry Christmas Eve. I know most of y'all YouTubers are going to be seeing this a week later, so it'll be like January 2nd or something. But it's Christmas Eve today, so Merry Christmas Eve. It's just another day for me. Okay. Yeah. So I'm recording this on the 24th. And it is about 11 a.m. Okay, Hideaki Anno, where do we go from here? What happens now? We know about Adam in the basement. But so many questions are still unanswered. Okay, let's find out. As always, there will be a timer-based version up on YouTube and a full picture-in-picture version up on Patreon, with the video up over here. So if you're watching this on YouTube, that version exists, and if you are watching this on YouTube, it'll be a timer-based version. There will be a beep timer. It'll go boop, 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 beep, and on the beep and the green light, that's the same frame that VLC starts playing on my screen. So if you're syncing up with your own media, that's when you want to hit the button. And for reference, I'll just mention this as usual. I am using the Bankai 77 RIP, and I'm using the filtered version because it looks great-o. And it has the English 2D4UTS/ADV subs. Okay. and that is acquired from Nya, because that's where I get lots of anime, and you might want to do the same. If you do, I have a video called How to Torrent Anime, and you might want to watch that. I don't know. Beep beep timer goes here. Oh, and we'll have notes on screen. Wonder if I can switch this to Markdown. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Is his name Toji? The fourth child. His sister, right? We're talking about the bond between them. Are they gonna make him into an EVA and make her into a pilot, or vice versa? What is that? What? So that's what we saw. Is that an AT field? Some kind of... Certainly. All of these over the these are like classic over the shoulder shots, except that they're shot from waist level. It's kind of really interesting. Okay. Dummy plug. Ray 00. It's like a giant brain. That dark over her eyes. You bought a lot of pan. Ha ha. She recognizes him. It is Toji, isn't it? Is his name Toji? I feel like it's Toji. Right. Yes, exactly. Nah. Darn. Get wrecked. Oh, right. Ray's house. There's the pink. Ping pong, ping pong. Oh, G2. Don't worry, I've done this before. It went fine. What's changed in the room? Except that there's no blood on the sheets. Principles. Men don't clean. Oh, hi. You cleaned up my trash! Yeah. Fourth children. A poem in dialogue. What? Yeah, Kaji, what the fuck? Kaji! Kaji, what the fuck? Nani? Hey, Kaji, what's up? You know I'm a boy. Oh? Is that Ritsuko? Nope. Your best friend, though. I don't think you want to be an EVA pilot, buddy. Or she's hiding stuff from you. Yeah. Yup. I'll bet that means Is that the cremation of his sister? Yep. She trying to cook for him? Oh god, yeah. Ooh. Silence. Is he on the verge of tears? Wow. What? That was a weird a weird fly me to the moon. Okay. Skip through the OP. So I'm gonna go through my notes and talk about a couple of scenes. So this scene is with the shaft of light around her and just completely isolated, not able to see any of the people who are interrogating her. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Some of the questions they ask are pretty interesting and reveal some stuff. An angel tried to take an EVA into itself. Does this have something to do with the 13th angel? So they know that this must be something that's been predicted in the Dead Sea Scrolls or something like that. I don't know. And they're intensely interested in whether the angels care about human cognition. And we know that the angels are getting smarter because of the microbiological attack or the micro angel attack. We know that they're capable of rapid evolution like that, or at least that one was. But I have to assume all of them are. But Gendo hid that from the rest of the members of the committee, so I don't know. And then one of them says it's obvious that they have worked independently, and Misato, just like us, is like, why is it obvious? And he's like, don't ask questions. Shut up. Oh, okay. And then we mentioned the fourth child, and it sort of tells us before before telling us through shot composition, because we go from time left to us is short, the fourth qualified individual as the title, and then we cut immediately to pink doors opening on Suzuhara. His first name is Toji, right? I don't know. If I've gotten it wrong, then I'm just gonna be calling him Toji this whole time and be wrong. And then we talk about the bond. We have these nurses talking about it in the background. And this is a really clever way to give exposition. It's having relevant non-characters have a conversation that none of our characters are actually overhearing. We're overhearing it. It's sort of a weird semi-voyeuristic thing, but it's really cool. They've done this a few times, and I don't think I've picked up on it because it feels so natural. It feels so fluid. But I'll have to make a mental note of it because I'm thinking about making a video at some point in the future on exposition and the differences between different modes of exposition and how certain shows have done exposition really well and other shows have done it really poorly. And this is inspired in part by the great exposition that's done in EVA and Legend of the Galactic Heroes, which is a very exposition-heavy show. I mean, most of the show is dialogue, and when it's not dialogue, it's a narrator talking and giving galaxy-spanning exposition. And then EVA just has incredible exposition woven into it in really unique ways. And lots of ways that you're not necessarily supposed to get. Yeah, it just feels so good. It feels so natural. But I'm thinking about making a video about the different ways you can do exposition, and sort of comparing, like, let's have a coffee table exposition scene versus, like, this. This is great, and that is not. Anyway, that's kind of an aside. So they're talking about the bond between him and his sister. She's still in elementary school. He's here again today, right? Comes to see her twice a week, at least. And then, he's a good and caring brother. So as soon as they start talking about this bond between them, alarms go off in my head. I'm like, oh my God, are they going to turn his sister into an EVA? And I think that's what they've done. Now, these alarms wouldn't be going off in my head if I hadn't known from the start that EVAs are souls of, like, people related to people. So I guess, like, on a first viewing with absolutely nothing spoiled, you wouldn't even necessarily pick up on these things. But I feel like this is the point where it starts getting introduced to us, the idea that EVAs are souls of related individuals. Because we've got this, and then we've got the dummy plug as well, and we've got, like, the talk by Gendo about if it recognizes and thinks there's a pilot there and can synchronize with it, then it will, then it'll be fine. Okay. And then this weirdness with the second branch vanishing, which I don't understand. But the sort of explosion that we saw looked kind of like the explosion that we saw from inside the second impact. You know what I mean? When it, like, spread its wings and stuff like that. So maybe some kind of gigantic AT field or something went wrong with the EVA unit and boom, vaporized a bunch of stuff. I don't know. And then, yeah, we're having this conversation. Not this conversation. Right, deliver the printouts. This conversation. Yeah, so when everybody comes together and we watch this scene and it goes whoosh, whoosh. Yeah, it's kind of fucked. And And then this whole scene where everything is lit by this sort of eerie green glow. And all of the shots, they're really, really interesting composition here. Because we've got everybody tinged with this green, but then they're dark navy blue from the back. And it's like an amazing, gorgeous palette for these scenes. But what we have are our classic over-the-shoulder shots or shot reverse shots. So you see this in any TV show, any movie, all the time, because it's a way to show the relative space between two characters having a dialogue. You have the camera positioned over one character's shoulder, and you see their like shoulder and sometimes part of their head, and it's facing the other character. And then you do the reverse shot, which is from the other side, and you don't cross the boundary line. And there are all these rules about it. But what we get in this scene is that kind of shot composition where we are looking at the person speaking from behind another person, but our camera angle is down. It's down at waist level. Like this, I think this is Misato, and this is her waist right here. So this is really interesting to me. And then we're on the other side of her, which is breaking the line. What's that called? Filmmaking break line. I don't know what it's called. The 180-degree rule. Right. Okay. Yeah, and it has to do with spatial relationships. Like, I won't go too deep into how this works, but like, if you flip across the 180-degree line that's between your characters speaking, then the way they are positioned in the shot swaps, and it looks really janky. It looks really weird, and it's jarring. So, yeah, it creates an opposite viewpoint, and it feels like you're watching a mirrored version of the same scene. It's hard to explain. Look it up. There are like videos that show examples of breaking the 180-degree rule, and in filmmaking, like actually doing it can be called a reverse cut. And when you do that intentionally, when you break the 180-degree rule, and so you shoot from the other side intentionally, it creates a sense of unease and jarringness in the shots or in the sequence. In this case, we're not technically breaking the 180-degree rule because we go from camera positioned, like the camera's over here, right? Except at waist level on Misato, and then the camera's over here at waist level, right? So we're looking across her body at this guy, and then across her body the other way at the other person. It's just really interesting. But it does feel jarring because Misato's position based on the camera switches from the right side of the screen to the left side of the screen. So it's like, bam, whoa. And then we do a cut to straight behind her. Yeah, this is a really interesting sequence. And then, what is this? Oh, we cut behind him. So this isn't Misato, is it? We cut behind him, and I think that cut follows the rule. Yeah. Really interesting sequence. Lots of focus on Ritsuko, and like she's hiding stuff, you know? Dummy plug, and then a smooth transition into this concept. The Ray dummy plug. Just a machine that emulates a human's thinking processes. Okay. And again, as long as the Able believes that there's a pilot, then that's enough. And my question is, will the EVA believe that it's a pilot, or does it need 2 souls to be, like, in synchronization? I feel like it does, and that putting the dummy plug into an EVA is going to cause catastrophe. But that's just a guess. Then we have a conversation between... Right, we have this conversation, and I realized for the first time that this setup, it looks like a giant brain, like all the folds and stuff of a giant brain, and then the spinal column coming out of it is where Rei is sitting, which is where the plugs in the EVAs are located. So maybe this is like a proto-EVA or something like an EVA's thing. I don't know. Maybe this is what they're using to capture Rei's like mental processes in order to create the dummy plugs. I don't know. And then there's the 4th child. Rei, you can come out now, let's eat. And then we get this shot, and for some reason this shot of Ritsuko looking at Gendo with her eyes covered in shadow and like a glint in them looks really freaky to me. There's this emphasis on it as we zoom into her. It's really interesting. I wonder if it's meant to sort of put her at odds with Gendo as well, because so far she's been kind of at odds with Misato in that she's hiding things and hiding Gendo's plans, right? But she's always been right, like towing the line with Gendo. So maybe she's got her own motivations as well. I don't know. And then we switch to Toji and have, this conversation. Married couple fighting again, and they freak out. So a couple of you have shared with me the existence of a video that talks about the theory that these two had sex during episode 16. I'm not going to watch that video until I've finished the series completely, because I want to stay away from anything that could be potentially spoilery, and more than that, I want to give you my untainted, unseen like opinions and impressions of the show. I don't get the feeling that they had sex, but I don't know, and that's why it's a theory. Like, nobody knows. But stuff like this kind of makes me go like, But as I said, I haven't watched the video. I've just seen the title of it and gathered from that the theory, you know? So I don't know all the elements that go into the theory or anything like that. I just know that it's a theory that exists. And so I'm considering that. Their sort of shame and their simultaneous, that's not how it is. Right. Right, the 4th child, and then we have this conversation between them where Misato is clued in that Ritsuko is doing stuff. Haven't received a report from the Marduk Institute. Doesn't exist. Official documents will come tomorrow. Are you hiding something from me? What? Nah. And then she freaks out a little bit because it's him. And Rei's an exception. But nothing good comes of becoming involved with us in the EVAs. We need children of this kind in order for us all to survive. Again, we're coming back to the means and ends thing. They are tools. We need them, and therefore we must gather them. And they have no choice. Let go of the pure ideals. That's right. Go for dirty pragmatism. Then we go from here. She gets wrecked. I can't go to a girl's place alone. And she like brightens up. I'll go with you. Oh, okay. Shinji. Go with Shinji, I guess. We get Rei's claustrophobic, like, industrial building again. Green and gray and these shafts of blue light letting in pink light. The same beaker, the same pills, everything is the same. Except for the blood on the sheets. She has new sheets, doesn't she? Yeah. The glasses. And the underwear. The differences between him and Shinji. And then he comments on, you've really changed, Shinji. Yeah. We get another reference to that later, by Kaji of all people, when he's watering the watermelons. We're visiting. Oh, okay. And then she blushes and says thank you. EVA pilots are weird. Yes, they are. We cut through to the shaft of light and Rei on her bed, sort of back in that pondering state, that poetic pondering state. Thank you. Words of gratitude. Words I've never said before. Not even to him. Not even to Gendo. And then we have this scene where these two have like a poetic dialogue about escaping to earthly existence, neighbors with death, to protect ourselves from the fear of death. An armed city. Cowards do live longer, that's fine. And then we talk about the 7th construction phase. Okay. We still have the data. Unscheduled accident. Yeah, he must be, and we find out that this seal or cele or whatever is a single old man. The old man must be furious, or this should teach a lesson. Teach the old man a lesson, right? Oh, the old men. I misread it. No, it's the old men. So maybe it is a committee. It's a group. Okay. And then Kaji's hitting on some people. And he just, like, ignores the cans that he knocks over out of the trash. I missed that the first time through. And then she just, like, shuffles off. Later. That's great. Could I hit on you then? Fuck off. Tell me the secrets. What secrets? Fuck off. And then he does a hand wall thing. Nerve itself is pulling the strings. Code 707 is Shinji's school, apparently. And then, oh, this voice change was so good by the voice actress for Misato. Her natural, like, husky voice. Nani? It's so great. It's a little subtle thing, but it really means a lot. And then there's this. You want to go out for tea? I'm a boy. Don't hit on me. That little jab at him. Also, I missed Shinji's first line here. I just missed it. I thought you'd be a more serious person. Okay, gotcha. Sure don't hold back. Sorry. Yeah. And he shows him the watermelons. Secret from everyone else. Making something, nurturing something is really great. See and learn so many things, like what's enjoyable. And Shinji, of course, is like, needs more edge. You mean suffering? And about suffering too, yes. Do you hate suffering? I don't like it. Of course. That's like the nature of suffering. Have you found anything you enjoy? Silence. That's fine too. But knowledge of suffering makes you all the more capable of kindness to others. This is true. Experience of suffering and knowledge of suffering is necessary for empathy. But it's also necessary for detachment. Like, to become Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama had to understand suffering and then understand that the root of it was desire and then rid himself of desire. Gaining knowledge of suffering is crucial to individual development. If you have never suffered, then you cannot become an integrated individual. You cannot. But that's okay because everyone suffers. No matter how good your life is, everyone suffers. It's part of the human condition. Because that's different from being weak. Knowledge of suffering and kindness to others is not weakness. It's strength. The greatest strength. So Shinji is not doing so well on the synchro tests. Something happened with him or with the EVA, with his mother in the EVA. I don't know. Maybe both. And then he gets called. I think this is Ritsuko's voice. I think so. And then we have this conversation where this guy, Ganotaku Boy, I never remember his name. Ganotaku Boy knows all kinds of things that are happening at NERV that Shinji doesn't know about, and Shinji, I think, feels kind of left out of the picture, which he is. Very much so. We can skip through this because it's interesting, but no. And then this poor dude, like, I want to be an EVA pilot too. Sorry, bro, your best friend is gonna get that job. Sorry for bothering you with these weird things. Toji's taken a long time. Yeah, he was just told that his sister is dead, I assume. And he's just like looking off into the distance, stunned. Then we cut to him here, and I think this is the cremation. She tries to reach out to him. Kindness. And this divide between them. Open window over him, closed over her. The big pillar dividing them, straight down the middle. Let me make you lunch. Then Asuka putting on her face. Fuck off. Ah! Fuck off. Yeah. Stop it. Huh? Huh? Him? Let me see this Ava. And it's it's nailed to a cross, just like Adam. Okay. And then he does have tears in his eyes, doesn't he? Oh, it's so subtle, it's hard to tell. It's just the whiteness goes out a little bit further on the edges. It's really hard to tell. And this whole scene is totally silent. Like, I can up the volume as much as I want. There's no background noise at all. None. It's absolutely dead silent. Until the basketball hits. Oh. Right there when he squints. That's when I thought I saw the tears. I still think that they're there. And then the weirdest Fly Me to the Moon. Definitely my least favorite version of Fly Me to the Moon so far. Just because it's such a weird clash of styles. But interesting. Definitely interesting. Okay, well. We've got an hour recorded for this one episode. I think that's good, and I think I'm going to call it for the day. This was good. Poor Toji. Interesting stuff is afoot. A new EVA enters the fray. And the dummy plugs, which have been built up over the last couple of episodes, also enter the fray. We'll see how that goes. Rei feels gratitude for the first time, or at least expresses it for the first time. And Shinji gets some advice of sorts from Kaji. Interesting episode. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up. I've been Teeaboo. This has been EVA, episode 17. I'm a little fuzzled because of the 4 episodes that we did last time. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace. You thought it was over? You thought it was done? Nah. Well, I did too. But then I went and like puttered around for a second. I was about to edit it, and the last episode, and then it was like, God damn it, I want to watch another one. I want to watch another EVA. I can't stop. Actually, I also want to go grab more tea because I've got some that's brewed and I want to go grab it. So I'll be right back. Okay. We're back. Back again. Shady's back. Alright. So, let's get into... Let me find it. Episode 18. Neon Genesis Evangelion 18. Let me switch the audio track and stuff before we get into it. Audio track, Japanese, 5.1. Beautiful. 0 seconds. Beep beep timer. Bonk. Big thing of tea. Yeah. Oh, this is the Japanese audio track. Because these are native English speakers. I heard no English in there. Those were native English speakers. Huh. Kaji. Hey. How do you know about that? I'm worried. Wow. That's a hell of a shot. And Pen Pen's eyes. Bruh, you don't understand. Do you understand? So it's not his sister. What was burning? Ah, she's raging about him. That was an Ava cross in the light. Yes. Student council girl? Oh, it's Ray. Bentos as a match cut. Ah, he's doing a hand look. He's mildly autistic, probably. Nice try, Asuka. Yeah, natural curiosity. Hmm. Ooh. Ah. Again with the bento. Oh, well. Oh. Ambivalence. Is it a rogue Eva? Or is it the appearance of an angel at the exact same time? It is the Eva. Yes, that is the target. Hasn't been. It is. You're being ordered. Asuka? What the fuck? That's a rampaging Eva. Ray will do it without a second thought. What? What? What is that goop? Oh, it is an angel. It's like the micro. So that fucks Ray up pretty bad. Yes. Yes, you are being ordered to kill Toji. What will you do, Shinji? Such power. Whoa. Oh, this is a mirror of that scene. Wow. They already have dummy plugs? Now he gets to watch the body he's inhabiting. Gendo pose intensifies. Your control has been stripped of you. No. He won't ever eat it. No, you didn't. Yeah. The rage. The rage. Is this an instrumental version? Damn. Yo. Damn, yo. Episode 18. Okay. So, we start off with... Oh my god. Start off with English speakers, subbed in Japanese. And they're native English speakers that were hired for this, which is interesting. You can just tell by the pronunciation. It's just the fact that he can say cumulonimbus without saying cumulonimbus, dead giveaway. They're native English speakers hired for this, which is interesting and not something we get very often, and a very good touch for American military characters to actually be speaking good English in the show. It's really quite cool. I actually thought at first that I was accidentally watching the dub, because I knew that I had switched the audio track, but then I was like, wait, what? What happened? Just because they're native English speakers. And we get this Eva, and it is dark, and it is nailed to a cross very much like Adam, which is interesting. And then we have... Oh, I lost the subtrack. Okay. I've got the subtrack back, so that should be good. And I want to switch to the Japanese audio track just in case there's anything I want to listen to. I don't think there is, but just in case. Let's skip forward again. Where are the subs? Okay, great. Where's Asuka? Already left, right. Determined not to see me. Why? Kaji. That's why. Okay. Something, 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 and then she mentions the S2 engine again. I still don't know what that is. And then yeah, here we go. This shot is really interesting. This shot where she's sort of deciding not to tell him about the pilot, and we get this slow, twisting shot. Really cool. Make me the pilot! I don't think you want that. I do not think you want that. Selection of life. Shinji doesn't know yet. Sometimes I just can't tell what the heck he's thinking. Yeah. As Kaji says in this episode, it's impossible to understand each other. Yikes. Might tell Shinji himself. Doubt it. And this thing with his sister being transferred to the hospital. So then what was burning? What was being cremated there? And what was that? And who is in the Eva? Whose soul is in there? I don't know. Did he say that his parents died in the angel attack? I think so. And his sister was gravely injured. I think so. So maybe it's one of his parents. I don't know. Getting his sister transferred to our hospital. Right. And she's all rage at Toji. Where's Toji? He's gone. He's been acting hot lately. Yeah. Man. And then Ray goes and talks to him. And, what's-her-face sees it. Thinks the worst. This cut is great. We cut from bento to bento. Like that. I love it. And these are store-bought bentos. I love it. First guy to ever make me wait this long. Toji's in his own head. Thinking about... He's going through the things that Shinji went through in the first couple of episodes. But silently, and we don't get to see into him. We don't get to understand him. or what he's thinking. Because he's going to be an enemy. He's going to die. Yeah. What do you see in that hot-headed Baka? His kindness, yep. And then we get the Kaji stuff. Right. And Asuka almost tells him, but then doesn't. Kaji comes out. Are you two fighting again? What? No. And they go to bed. And then there's this conversation, which is hella interesting. Kaji has redeeming qualities. But he's also a prick. You've been asking around about your father. And then we get this conversation about it's impossible to understand another person. You're wrong. Yeah. About I've been learning so many things. You just think you're learning. You might be learning, but it's just a drop in the bucket. You can't understand other people. Hell, you can't even understand yourself. Very true. But that's what makes life interesting. And he asks if that's the thing between him and Misato, and he's like, that's the thing between men and women. There's a big divide, and we cannot understand each other. Which I think is pretty true. We can just accept each other. And then Shinji says, I don't understand adults, which is kind of has some subtle irony there, like, because they're talking about the inability of one person to understand another, and then the inability of men and women to understand each other, and then Shinji adds another layer of, like, children understanding adults. Interesting. Yeah. We get this kind of an interesting line from the exclusive control of 4 EVAs. Ha! If you wanted to, you could destroy the world. Oh, okay. And then they do the test. Man, this poor girl with her bentos. She just wants to feed him. She just wants to feed that boy. Maybe it's Toji. He's absent today, after all. And he looks away. No way. Couldn't be. Definitely not. And everything about this Eva scene seems wrong from the get-go. Like, I don't remember ever seeing bloodshot eyes on an Eva. Maybe they were there, but I didn't notice it. But those bloodshot eyes look scary. We get the graph readouts, we get the links, and then it goes bad. We can't abort, high energy readings, an angel? Where did the angel come from? I don't know. And then this explosion. Ambivalence. I assume this is referring to Gendo's ambivalence toward Toji's life. Or perhaps the dummy plug's ambivalence toward human life in general. Go to battle stations. Let's attack. And then Asuka is... she tries to tell him. And then is cut off. Not letting it abort. Designated as the 13th angel, destroy the target. Is that an angel? Correct. That is the target. It's an Eva, isn't it? Yes. You don't know? The pilot of Unit 03 is... My immediate thought was that Gendo had cut her off, but we hear her screams and see that unit get just trounced by the Angel Eva hybrid thing. Rei gets ready, and then it, like... and then teleports, basically. Really strange, but fantastic. And then it starts to goop into her arm, trying to infect her. So they sever it. And then it just walks away. And this is just an incredible shot. Just incredible. The angel, backed by the sun. Looks like a Japanese flag. The red sun. Whee! Amazing animation. Little bits of it. And then it's doing things that an EVA shouldn't be able to do because the angel is changing it. And this is very much like the scene with the first angel that we saw. Cut the sync rate. Wait. The pilot will die. Shinji, why don't you fight? Because there's a person inside. I can't. Irrelevant. You must. You won't? Then I'll do it for you. So he takes Shinji's control away and gives it to the dummy plug. And Shinji can do nothing but watch. Irrelevant. That's why I think it's Gendo's ambivalence. And then the dummy plug goes off. And I think at this point, our insert character during this whole scene of just brutality is this woman right there. I think she is how we are meant to feel. That and the horrified faces of everybody. Blood splattered against everything in the city, dripping from the light post. And Gendo just Gendo posing. Blood in the river, and then crushes the entry plug. And Gendo is smug. Oh, this poor girl. Where was the full-on Gendo smug? That's Gendo pose. We get like a slight smile from Gendo. There's this, but there's another one as well. Oh, it's when it's crushing him. I've sped it up so that I can just keep playing it without copyright problems. Also so that it's faster, you know. Yeah. Just proud of his work. Pleased with its effectiveness. Ultimately pragmatic. Well, and she's cooking a bento that he will never eat. Poor Toji. He didn't ask for this. He's alive, too. I wonder how he'll be. Probably not great. But we'll have to find out in the next one. Alright, I'm going to wrap it up for real. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Evangelion episode 18. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace.